Welcome back to Debatable.
Man, it's debatable, man. It's all debatable, man.
8.
Somebody gotta tell me we're not in Twilight Zone right now.
Man.
That's debatable.
Yeah, can you tell me why they were fighting on Spirit Airlines just now? The white guy and the black guy. I don't know if y'all saw that footage. That old or
Crazy.
new footage?
I mean, it's new. Come on, man. Corona.
It's ugly.
Corona.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, we got Saqar Aha in the building.
Yeah, man. Then Tut Rayay.
What's goody?
I mean, goodness gracious. It's only like, what, 10 people on the flight? Like, how you get in the flight? It's only 10 people on the flight. You got plenty of window seats, right?
Hey, they did not utilize social distancing. They did not have their masks
One of them had masks on, though, on the plane. You saw?
Yeah.
What? Come on, man. This is definitely a new world. Welcome to the new world. Yes. So, we are back. Thank you again for chiming in. You know, we want you guys to continue to support. Go to patreon.com/MCWar.
Yo, good looking out for all the people that has been supporting.
We really appreciate the love so we can continue bringing you this content through patreon.com/MCWar.
Yo, shouts out to Austrian Audio.
AustrianAudio.com, providing the microphones, the headphones for MC War.
Y'all hear how crispy we sound, right?
That's a fact, man.
Y'all hear how
clear.
crisp? Okay.
Crystal clear. Shouts out to freedryork.com.
Yo, he'll be out pretty soon.
Be a part of the movement to free an innocent man.
You know, he's been talking about this stuff for a while now,
man.
right? Over 40
Leviathan,
years, man.
666, that book. Rest in peace, Prodigy.
Yo.
Rest in peace, Prodigy, man. I seen the video. We got the video on our channel with Prodigy talking about where he first learned about
I used to pick up books from the tables just like that. Like you know, I used to pick up books like that. You know, for real.
The crazy thing is one of the comments, you know, because you know they say he died from an egg, right?
Yeah.
He like choked on an egg, right?
Right.
But then what was said was that he said he don't eat eggs. That's what they said in one of his books. So, you know, he had a whole book on food and eating. Like, you know, jail food, the whole thing or whatever, staying healthy. Man, listen, but, you know, R.I.P. Prodigy, man, seriously. And free Dr. York. Yeah, man, so, yo, man, that, I think it all falls in line because that B. Geechi Gotti.
Oh, man.
Versus Loso, A. Ward. Shouts out King of the Dot.
That was a good battle.
Yeah, man, that joint was good. My head didn't hurt. I was like, okay. I was really feeling it. Okay, who you got? What you got? Who you got?
That was hard. That was actually hard.
What you got?
I gave it to Geechi Gotti and B. 2-1.
Which round you gave them?
Oh man, I gave them round 1 and round 3.
Oh, see,
I gave them round 1.
Honestly,
and round 3.
I had 2-1. I had 2-1. Geechi Gotti. And B.
Well, there's no debate.
I had 2-1, but then after watching it again, I have 3-0. Cause I gave them.
Loso?
Yeah, no. What are you crazy? No, 3-0 B. and Geechi.
Which?
I feel like they got all 3 rounds. At first, I gave the first round to, cause I watched it twice. At first, I gave the first round to Loso and your man, right? Loso and A. Ward, right? Because I felt like the way they was ending each other balls, you know, they were really polished that first round, bro. That first round was super.
Yeah, that was tight.
That first round was super clean. Where, you know, he would start with the, you know, B. and then the guy would start with the, you know what I'm saying? Start with the dot, and then something plan B. And then, you know, dude would go off and start with, you know, that first round was clean.
Yeah, it was. But the reason why I gave it to B. and Geechi Gotti, man, like, you know, the Holy Ghost at what is it called, 7:33. What is it called, 7:48. Lord is his shepherd. He killed it with that.
That was crazy.
8:32. They both died on tees.
Right.
It's like when I was going bar for bar like that.
Right. That's when I gave him the 3-0.
Oh, okay.
That's why I went back after listening to it again, because, you know, I had, for Loso and Ward, I had that coffee probably not that whole bar. You know, that was dope. I thought that was dope. You know, the way they finish each bar, like I said, that was crazy.
Right. Now, that was dope. I really enjoyed that.
That was the highlight for me. Other than that, Covered in Blood, and Crip running. I thought that was decent. You know what I'm saying? And Monitor a Crip like Stephen Hawkins. I think that was the best bar of that round, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's another conversation. He got another battle coming up. They saying that Cassidy might be battling 40 Cal. That's what they saying. That's the rumor right now. But yo, shouts out to my man OD, A-Hat. You know what I'm saying? OD interviewed him. He was interviewing him. I told you about that whole interview, man. Yo, you know what I'm saying? OD, I just feel like, you know what I mean? You was bringing Cassidy down to just the straight battle rapper world. Remember I was telling you about that? Like, yo, Cassidy, because remember he said that some of his rhymes, you know, he had a couple of bars that another battle rapper named Heartless said something similar. Mm-hmm. But Cassidy was like, come on, bro. I don't even know who Heartless is. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, come on, man. So he was in it because he was talking about how Goods copied a couple of bars. Mm-hmm. And he said, if you go, and they was kind of busting the bars down. But yeah, great interview, man. Great interview. And then there's a whole part. I didn't see the whole thing. I think he released another section to it. And Cassidy's talking about who he's gonna. I guess he mentions in Cassidy Talks next battle. Mm-hmm. So he got it like he says who, but I don't know. He might not say who. But either which way. So Monitor a Crip like Stephen Hawkins. I felt like that was the best thing Loso and A-Ward said on that first round. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I gave the first round. I also agree. Geechi Gotti, B. Dot, Lord is a Shepherd. I got that. Both was on T's when they died. Right. Got that. Believing Allah. Right? You know what I'm saying? That was Believing Allah. That was crazy. That was crazy, bro. Make a bitch out you, ribs cracked. Right. You heard? Right, man, you know, I don't know if y'all got that one. Yeah, I know y'all got that. There was it called the rib, the woman being created from the rib. The Abel and Cain bar. The Abel and he said something. You be walking with a cane, you be able. He used it. It was a little scheme there. You heard? But it took second watch. I got it right. Yeah. The Bedwritten, that was fire, I thought. And the Wakanda, you know what I'm saying? Yo, going in and out of consciousness. That was crazy. That was crazy. He got round one, bro. He got us a 3-0, bro. It's a 3. Okay, so go round two. Well, round two. So who you got round two?
I give it to Ward and them because what he said, the tree dot. He caught him with the tree dot, and then then he came back with the 2 queens, and then what he said,
the room. That was alright.
It was alright, but I gave him that, you know, inducing labor. I thought that was dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was dope. That was dope.
And what is it called?
That was dope. I ain't write that down. That was a dope one too, though.
Grab the nose.
Okay, yeah, that was dope.
I thought that was dope. He said, and the whole scheme as
the black leader,
as the white boy. As the white boy. I got my visitor's pass.
No, that's later.
Nah, that was at 25-50.
He came back. That's round 3.
That's round 3.
I'm in round 2 right now.
So you gave okay.
Yeah, so you saying round 3 is what you gave Loso on them?
No, I gave.
Which round did you give Loso on them? Loso and A-Ward.
My fault. I was reading off of round. I was reading round 3. I apologize, y'all. I was reading round 3. Ward and Loso. I gave him round 2. Lazy Eye. That was one I gave him. Connect the Dots. That's the one I gave him.
Yeah, I like that. That whole dot mob scheme was crazy.
Yeah. Was that Miley Cyrus?
Right.
You know what I mean? Circle around the dots.
Mm-hmm. The circle around.
Make that. Was that make dot? Make dot a target.
Right.
And then the different scheme, the gang
scheme. The gang black leader scheme was crazy.
Yeah, the gang scheme. That right there was so crazy.
Yeah, that was dope.
I was like,
it was respectable too.
Right.
Hampton, they mentioned a lot of Medgar Evers, they mentioned a lot of people.
Yeah, because for me
it was a good battle, man.
That's why I said it was kind of hard.
But King of the Dot is race wars, bro.
Of course.
We MC war, y'all race wars.
Because see, that's why I said number 2 I gave to them because it actually meant something. You know what I'm
did.
saying?
It did.
Because now, and you know, I go back to the part 2 for B. Dot and Geechi. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, hold up. What did he mean by banging trash? He's like something, you know, he had a whole scheme at the end. I didn't understand. I couldn't figure out.
Well, that's the part that really, that's why it meant something. He said the fact that you guys ain't got nobody, no leaders, you know what I'm saying, to represent for y'all, to lead y'all in the right direction.
Right.
Because they banging.
Right.
They're really banging trash.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying? Because they ain't banging nothing with morals, with ethics, that stand for something.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but y'all out here banging
dope.
what? Y'all banging trash. Y'all selling drugs.
That was
Y'all
dope.
killing each other. But then, you know, it's just like, your man, when they came back.
Okay, so this is why I gave because you said you gave him that round based on that.
Yeah.
I gave Geechi and Dot the round, B Dot, because I like that distilled shots, that rum, what was that? Rum nitty? What's something? Rum. He used that word, distilled shots. I thought that was fire. Destroying religion. I like how they was destroying religion with that whole street sweeper upstairs, the man upstairs. I really was feeling how they was going at
not going to door
the religion,
upstairs.
Right? Okay.
Coronavirus.
There's so many chinks. That was just disrespectful. I mean that, bro. Yeah. That's so many chinks right there.
Yeah.
That you come on, man. You ain't have to take shots at Chinese people like that. But it was well thought out. Face paint. Now I'm drawing on yours. And then the Antichrist bar. After review, I gotta say that I don't have nothing that's as powerful as that gang black leader scheme.
I mean, that's why I gave it to them guys, because
but you know what?
Impact for impact.
But the every effing ball was kind of light. I don't know. I think they delivery. I think that's all they had though. So that's why I still gave it to them. But it's
debatable.
Yeah, it's debatable. But I still gave it to them because that's all they had that round. Bruh, they didn't have nothing else.
That's why I said the lazy eye, the connected dots, the Miley Cyrus. It was a buildup.
Yeah, the Miley Cyrus was whack. It was all that stuff was whack. I wasn't feeling none of that. I'm telling you,
it was a buildup. Right. Because by the time they got to circle around the dots, make the dots, make a dot a target, and then now they started.
Yeah, I like that.
And then now they had the scheming.
I like
and
that.
then now once they got to the scheming, they start talking about the Megan Evers and
that really was
like
fire.
What is it called? Dude got on drugs and I'm like, yo, by this time it's like it's a body at that point for that round. Because for me,
it's hard to compare, and that's the problem. That's why I'm almost like, damn, I gotta agree.
Because they tried,
because it's hard. They didn't even try. That's what they had already written, and what they had written out was nothing comparable.
That's what I'm saying. They tried because when it came back with the you just got married. You know what I'm saying? That didn't hit because you still trying to catch up to that
just got married. What was the bar round?
He said that you just got married. He said you just got married. I make her something.
Jill Scott.
Jill Scott. Soul Snatcher.
Yeah.
It didn't hit. You know what I'm saying?
But people was feeling it.
Yeah, of course. But
I didn't know what he was talking about. Did you?
Yeah, I mean, not really.
I just know. It must be a song or something that I don't know.
Soul Snatcher. You know what I'm saying?
It must be something.
But like it. What?
I ain't get it.
Right after that, get knocking at the door, get the knocking at the man upstairs.
I did like that though. I liked how they ripped religion.
It just didn't.
Shouts out to Zariat. That was in the back of the battle.
Yo, that's a big dude.
Yo, what? Y'all I don't know. Any of y'all that watch like the debates, Sadnetta, the Hebrew Israelites, Polite and stuff like that. Tazariak was in the back on that. That was in Jersey. They kept yelling Jersey.
Yeah. The definitely was in Jersey.
They did that one in Jersey.
All I could say to Zariak, you should have came through with the get up. You know what I'm saying?
Man. But he had the jacket on.
You know what I mean? You should have had your Namu.
I agree though.
You should have had your Namus on with the gold.
He don't wear the Namus. He wears, but it is look like a Namus.
That's what I mean. I would associate it to a Namus.
Yeah, but he ain't gonna call him Namus. He's a Hebrew Israelite. He's gonna say it's some old whatever they wear. So.
All right,
but the Namus is what you see Nas wearing on the I Am album, right? What the Egyptians wore around their heads and stuff like that. King Tut, you see King Tut wearing it.
Right.
But shouts out to Zariat. But yeah, I would have to give them, after hearing you know what I'm saying, that debate, you got that one, bro. I can't because there's nothing even in me. But I gotta watch it again because for some reason I watched it twice and I never even thought to give them that round. Even though I enjoyed that part, but it was just like everything else I wasn't really feeling. But I felt round one to me was the closest. But based on that scheme, I can't deny facts, bro. That scheme was really fire, and there's nothing from what he said ruin your day. He put a ruin your day.
Yeah.
That was, because that ruin your day is your guy Avocado.
Yeah.
That does the filming for them.
Okay.
And he's a Pyru. So
Okay,
I thought that was a little dope right there.
Yeah.
Dope little flip he did.
For round 2, it's like, them guys. See, for me, it means something.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? The fact that it meant so much. You follow what I'm saying?
It definitely did. But destroying religion. Oh, that's what I was saying before I shouted out to Zaria. You know what I'm saying? And on the last show I did say that, me personally, I'm not going to tell you what you should or should not believe, right? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It's not my place. Now, it's one thing if I'm because I'm a Sabaean, so if I'm teaching information about, whatever, extraterrestrials, I'm talking about those different things, and that's another bill, because CNN, they talked about some stuff or whatever. They got released by the Navy or whatever. But either which way, before we get into that, my point is, I ain't trying to shove what I believe on somebody, but Christianity and Islam have been shoved on to the black race and a lot of other races on the planet. So I just feel like, I do enjoy seeing those guys with no fear. You follow what I'm talking about?
Right.
Like saying different things about God and stuff like that most people be scared to talk about.
Right, no, that's a
like
fact.
You know what I'm saying? With no fear, they was just like, and Geechi was on it, you know what I mean? But round 3. Round 3.
I gave it to.
That's the only bar they had in round 3 was induced labor. That induced labor bar. That's all I got written that I.
That's why I gave it to Geechi Gotti.
Yeah. But what else did you have written from that you thought was a fire bar?
Ward and Loso.
Yeah.
Well, like I was saying, the induced labor, the grab the nose, the visitors. What is it called? The visitors pass. What is it called? Spit rap.
Oh, that visitor pass, that was kind of
yeah,
light, bro.
And then when
I like their acting thing, I like they acted it out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But
it was great, you know what I mean. And then by the time he got to the I'm white, his mom's and Section 8 and all that right there.
Def tried to get that off.
It was definitely great.
They definitely wrote it in a way. He wrote,
you know what I mean? Like it was heartfelt.
But you know what? But he killed them though, because they didn't even go the angle they thought he was gonna go.
Your dad
like
should have had a damn.
Oh man! But he said your dad should have had a banger. God damn! And I've been watching all this stuff with all these different gangs online. They got this guy Nino. OG Nino Cappuccino from the West Coast, and he's talking to these guys, Killer Kev and Mel Cross from the United Blood Nation, and you know what I mean. So I just been like, oh my gosh, like, you know what I'm saying. I told myself I cannot go to bed. No way. I can't go to bed watching that stuff. Bro.
Yeah,
I can't go to bed watching that stuff. I was like, I had to put something else on. I had to put something spiritual on after that. I was like, let me play this right here. But these guys are straight wilding. The picture they was painting of when they was in Rikers Island, bro.
Wow.
God, they said they had to create a whole section for them, because when the blood started growing, they had to create a whole section for them guys in there. And he said when they was in there, they was doing some name calling. He said you just hear the whole place shaking. I'm like, golly, like, that joint, right?
World.
Man, listen,
world.
I'm so glad. Let me tell you, right? I'm so glad that I left up north. Yeah, it's going up.
July
it's official?
11th. Yeah.
Hold on. Don't. You saw Saudi Arabia?
I'm on one insane.
They are. There's a rumor. There's a rumor that Holyfield, Tyson are gonna fight, right? But I don't know if that's a factual promo yet, though, bro. Mm-hmm. That's Curtis Reddick, man. It's the electrician, man. He used to do work on our properties, man. That's what's up. So yeah, man. Look, that banger joint was crazy.
He killed them with that. Man.
Bro, when he said
he killed them with that, because that had to touch something, because he put his heart on that by my dad.
I know.
Dad should have had his dad probably still been alive. He had a banger. That thing hit me in my spine. I'm like, whoa.
I ain't gonna front. I like that guy.
And that was the beginning. That was the beginning of the comeback for the third round, because
that was it.
They tried to resonate. They tried to keep the resonation from the second round going into the third round.
Right.
You know what I'm saying about the righteous and which right and stuff. I'm with that.
Right.
But like it comes to a point where okay, you want to talk about issues. Well, let's talk about issues. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then he said, what's it? He said, God, what's it? God don't enter God.
Oh, when he said the living thing, you probably want to do something. You want to, bless all the living things. Right. And I'm over here trying to catch a body, hoping God don't intervene.
Right? Like, that was man. The God don't intervene. That was crazy.
Golly.
He said, necklace.
Leave you necklace.
Leave you necklace like the Jesus priest. That was crazy. Preaching and going to hell. What he said?
Oh yeah, that was crazy. That was funny.
King of pop. What he said?
What about the DNA part? Okay, you ain't even at that part yet. Go ahead.
What is it? He said, told him to put a sock in it. You know what I mean? He said, I got your bitch. He said, don't knock. Don't knock on my door.
Oh yeah. Okay, so look, you went way far now. Before you get there, that DNA wasn't in your genes. Mm-hmm. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Breaking the whole DNA thing down. Yeah. I'm thinking that's dealing with melanin. So many different things. Also, I noticed whose flow he got. Whose flow? I'm gonna give you 10 seconds. Whose flow is B. Dot emulating? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Loaded Lux, bro.
Nah.
Yes, bro. No, the flow. I'm not talking about the content, because Loaded Lux don't go into the religion concepts, but the flow structure, the bars, you gotta listen to it again. Yeah, it's exactly the pattern. I'm sorry, the rhyme pattern. It's a Loaded Lux rhyme pattern. It's a Loaded Lux rhyme pattern.
I gotta see, because Loaded Lux is so intricate.
He's not there yet. He's not there but he using exact rhyme patterns from Loaded Lux.
Okay.
Actual fact. Guaranteed you could listen to it and you could be like, oh, that's a Loaded Lux rhyme pattern. The way that he had put the words together and stuff like that, and the way everything is dropping, it's straight Loaded Lux word pattern. And I'm not trying to say, oh, because he's righteous, the other one's supposed to be righteous. That's why I was like, dang. Once I peeped it, I was like, oh man, you're gonna have to really develop another angle for your structure. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about? Because what you're saying is, but again, nobody don't care. People be copying flows all the time. It's a bunch of people that got similar flows in battle rap. Me, I come from the school of having your own flow. You know what I'm saying? Have your own flow. You know what I'm saying? Like, the greats had their own flow. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So either which way, yeah, bro. Okay, so look, when he said something about the girls, he said get by. He said God is this. He said, God is that, God is this. You heard? Mm-hmm. But he was talking about, he was still flipping the woman goddess thing in that whole thing.
Right.
And then he said, I worship my goddesses.
Right.
But you still got to convince me your God exists.
Right, that was dope.
Oh, that was crazy.
He said, you're arrogant. You're arrogant. Something about you're arrogant. You're Aryan.
Oh, yeah.
That was crazy.
Oh, that Aryan in you.
He said
and he carried that Aryan from the beginning to the end too.
Right.
When he said, "Oh, you diss my man," that's when he was going. You can't knock it. You know what I'm saying? Right. Before you start knocking it, when he's talking about like come down. You watch and y'all jump the drugs in the community. Yeah. But when do y'all come down? Come on the ground, see what's really going on.
He said you laughed about Geechi Gotti's son touching the glass. Said the government. They said the government had the kids in the hood holding glass before his Geechi Gotti's son could touch the glass. Right. That was crazy.
Right.
And that was like the finish. That was like the finish him.
Yeah, bro.
Because there ain't nothing that you can say.
Right. When it went a whole nother angle. I feel like I think the angle that they was expecting. Was totally different than what they did. Right. I think they was expecting them to go racial. Right. They ain't really go that way, bro. Like it was more like, they dropped a couple of those bars in there, but I just felt like they went in a different direction than Loso and A-Ward thought they was gonna go in. But dope battle. You know what I'm saying? I would have to agree after listening to Tut. I will have to agree on the 2-1, right? 2-1, of course, B Dot with the winners being B Dot and Geechi Gotti. But dope battle, bro.
Yeah, it was incredible. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was probably the best King of the Dot battle I seen in a long time. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the first racist battle that worked. You know what I'm saying? Because these guys, because they do be, shouts out to y'all. I don't know if y'all noticing it or not, but because y'all got, I guess, a lot of, Caucasians and it's a lot, it's like a lot of black versus white. It really be feeling like race wars over there, man, that y'all holding up there in Canada.
Yeah, it's
man.
interesting.
You know what I'm saying? So, just be mindful of that. You know what I'm saying? Because hip hop is a platform for us to be able to bridge the gap, It's
an interesting place. It's a really interesting place.
Yeah.
Where we at in the world?
I don't know, but Holyfield boxing is what's that right there? His poodle ain't gonna cut it, bro. Oh, no, it's Tyson. Oh yeah, Tyson. Not Tyson. He can box anything on the planet. That guy's gonna win. That guy's gonna win.
Tyson's in his bag, man. I mean, I think it's gonna be really good for boxing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because Mayweather's not fighting right now. A couple of people not fighting. So it's pretty interesting. But where we at in the world, man? Where we at?
Right, man. I mean, I was just seeing that UFOs, CNN, they publish, and it's like, I just know that it's about to pop off, bro. They're definitely about to tell us that, there's some extraterrestrials down here, bro.
Come on, bro.
They're about to tell us that.
You can't hide it.
So they saying Washington, right, newly released, right, hazard reports detailing encounters between U.S. Navy aircraft and unquote unidentified aerial phenomena. Now this is courtesy of CNN, right? It's just populated on there.
So would that be considered fake news?
Hey, well, CNN does deliver. All these stations deliver. I don't want to say fake news, but they deliver hand-picked news that is accustomed or wrapped around the agenda that's meant to be given off.
The narrative,
whatever that narrative is. And even people, because we in the States. I'm saying we're in the States. We in Liberia, and I know when people out here, they watch Fox, they think Fox is really saying something different than CNN, and they really not. Like, on the presidential side maybe, but at the end of the day, they all still kind of like China. They still kind of got the same concept. Either that, either that or it's even setting it up like that too, man. They setting it up like, look, Fox, you have this perspective on it. CNN, you have this perspective on it. But at the end of the day, they both arms for publicity and news for the United States. So they always going to really embody whatever the United States agenda is.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying? Neither station, whereas Al Jazeera, right? Now, if you watch Al Jazeera news, now Al Jazeera will release information that that's totally different. Right, what I'm saying? Like Al Jazeera will definitely, they'll talk about the stuff that CNN, you know what I'm saying? And I think I spoke about something last week. I forgot what it was, man. But Al Jazeera always talks about stuff that CNN and Fox don't talk about. But if CNN, but going back to what you were saying, your question was, is it fake news? Nah. They leading up to about to let us know what kind of extraterrestrials are coming to this planet. You follow what I'm talking about? Or there's gonna be some sort of revelation to show extraterrestrials exist in within the next few years.
Well, I agree.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So I'm just saying. So to answer your question, this is preparing for that. They using their media, their media sources to be able to build and open up the doorway for that. Go ahead.
Right. Now I agree with you. My thing is the sightings. Like you got so many different news reporters out here, and I'm talking about this. That's a regular neighborhood. Like people with their smartphones. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
They putting their phones in the sky, and they showing what they see. The latest stuff that I saw was somebody. I think they were in Detroit, either Detroit or Chicago. And you could just tell this dude is for real. He's asking, what is this? Like, What is this? Like, he is floored. Like, he don't understand what he's looking at. But because of the society that we're raised in, we don't comprehend the fact that there are other life forms that are in other galaxies, that are in other life forms that are from other galaxies. And the fact that we are in a whole new cycle, right? A whole new cycle in our specific galaxy. The planet has moved or orbited to another part of the galaxy, which is called Milky Way. And that other part of the galaxy, you have traffic that's coming through that other part of the galaxy. Right. And that traffic is going past our planet.
Like what they call Planet X.
You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
As well as these what is it called?
Asteroids.
Ships, unidentified moving objects or what have you are coming into our atmosphere. That's point blank, period. Like that's just what it is.
Like even when I watched that Gray that they got on YouTube, I know y'all done seen that Gray where the dude is like, they interviewing him. You know, you seen that one where dude is answering questions like, he's like, where are you? Who are you? Where you from? He's like, I'm from here. I'm an evolved version of y'all.
Right.
I'm like, yo.
But I'm not.
The way that was, bro. I believe that was real.
But see, I'd rather.
I believe that was real.
But for me, I say, okay, that's TV. I say,
I don't care, bro. I understand. You can have your, you can have your opinion.
No. I'm just saying.
I'm saying people, you know.
I'm not saying that it's. I'm not.
I think that was real, bro.
But follow what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that, you know, I will go with the fact of saying, okay, that's sci-fi, right? But I'm talking about the stuff that's
the responses
not.
Was out of this world.
I'm saying
literally.
I'm just saying the stuff that's not sci-fi.
Right.
Stuff that you cannot say is sci-fi.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the stuff that I'm talking
examples.
about. Like, you know, when the airplanes or the military planes are doing their traffic, whatever, and they seeing unidentified flying objects. You know what I'm saying? The 1 minute is there, and another minute it disappears.
Right.
Or when a flight formation of a series of different orbs just come out of nowhere, and they appear and they do what they do.
That's
Stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the stuff that I'm talking about. Right. And then when you go into history, and then Truman, 1953, when they
circled the White House.
Exactly. So, like, you know, that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about. That they keep us.
Right.
You know what I'm peeping though? I like for real. I want you guys to really, you know, if you about to smoke one right now, I want you to inhale.
Hey, man, you keep assuming that our listeners smoke, man. We might have a smokeless crowd. Go ahead, though.
Well, all right. But listen, right? If you about to roll one up right now, man, inhale. I want you to take a nice big inhale, right? All right, exhale. Right?
I want you to stay sober.
Yeah, but dig it, right? But after that exhale, right? This is what I want y'all to understand, right? They want us to be dumbfounded. They want to keep us dumbed down. They want to keep us dumbed down.
That's a fact.
Right? Why? Because here in Africa, that's the same type of stuff.
Right.
They keep the people here dumbed down all the way to the government officials. No disrespect to them, but the affluent information, the speediness of what's going on in the world is not here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But then keep in mind, that's, you know, we're in Liberia, who has a lot more stronger ties with the United States. The United States got more control over this country, you know, than I would say that they would have over another country like, you know, Ghana.
But you're making my point.
Right, exactly.
You're making my point. Why? Because in Brooklyn, New York, you follow what I'm saying? You go there right now, you start having this type of conversation, you know what I'm saying? You might find the kids that's gonna be like, well, nah, that's sci-fi, that's not true. You might find a kid like, yeah, I believe in that, right? But then there's a level of intellect that is brought down on purpose.
Right.
But then if you go up a couple of 100 miles or whatever the case is to Connecticut, and then you go from Connecticut to Rhode Island and to Boston, and to different areas, you'll find a whole other intellectual pattern.
That's the truth. But at this point right now, they people, like, you know, the average American that you talking about, they more out of tune with reality than we are, bro.
But my point is,
you know what I'm saying?
In comparisons,
right?
It's like they monopolize on us,
right?
But
they're not letting nobody know about the extraterrestrials. That destroys their whole religious control. They're not letting nobody have. So when right now we are closest to be what the average Caucasian in America don't realize is that we closest to being on the exact same page now than ever before. meaning
what's the point?
Poverty.
The point.
Right?
The point of the matter is
lack of information.
It's done on purpose.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
The fact that it's done on purpose.
But I'm saying across the board though.
Yeah, but the
world over.
But the fact that it's done on
when it comes to what we talk about extraterrestrials, when you talk about anything coming from outside of about the extraterrestrial movement, what's happening, different beings coming here, possibly seeding this planet, that right there, world over. They trying to keep a wrap on that. Or as far as West America, Western culture, westernized culture. The Indians, I think, is different. China, I don't know how they dealing with it. You follow what I'm talking about?
In America,
but America, UK, they keeping that on the low.
Yeah, but you're gonna have a certain advance in the thought process versus when you get to the Caribbean and then when you get to Africa. And my point is they what is it called? They capitalize on that. They capitalize on us not knowing. So when you get
I agree. I just think that when you're talking about extraterrestrials, it's a little bit different because all across the board, even they own elite, they don't want them to know that information. You follow? Even when NASA and these guys, even them people, even like, what's your man name? Neil deGrasse or whatever, none of them admit, and I'm not saying that you don't know, but none of them talk about the potential of, nobody gets on here. David Icke, right, is the only person other than like a Dr. York and it's only a few, you could put them in your hand, of all races that got on a tape, got on a book, got on video and said, yeah, extraterrestrials definitely exist, breaking it down. Nobody's doing that though. I think you right about them keeping knowledge from. That's 100% true. They keep more knowledge from us as African people. They keep more knowledge from all of the melanated people. The Hindu, the Asian. I think more certain information is definitely withheld from us, right? But they own people have not. They ain't got a clue when it comes to extraterrestrials. I'm just saying, they're keeping the control over them people because of with Jesus and Allah.
I'm just saying, in
with
comparisons,
God, right?
From in comparisons, you'll find some of them in the United States, in certain parts of Europe, right? That'll get down with you and have a whole dialogue about, star constellations and troglodytes, Pleiadians. I disagree on that. I definitely disagree on that. What I can see them talking about is Viking culture. I can see them talking about Roman culture, which in some way and shape does deal with extraterrestrials. You gotta keep in mind that the stuff is seeded into the comic books. So, the way it's seeded into the comic books for these people that's into Marvel and everything else is a direct correlation to these Pleiadians, to these different star constellations.
Yeah, but then when you talk, but what about people that live on the continent of Africa? When you talk about people, but people naturally on the continent of Africa recognize that there's these beings. They recognize that in the water, out the water, different type of shape shifting, reptilian type of stuff, beings coming down. They recognize that.
I'm not disagreeing.
But I'm saying that I actually do disagree. That I think they put it in.
I'm not disagreeing with the fact that if you go to the tribe of Mali, the Dogons, they recognize beings coming from out the sky.
I mean, even right here in Liberia, when you start asking questions, remember, there's an area we passed. They got the water people. The dudes was telling us, remember, coming from what? Bong County?
Right.
Dude talking about, yo, right here, you got to be careful because it's these beings that come up out the water and be snatching people out their car. You follow what I'm talking about? Them just ain't regular humans.
But that was said. But my point is, you ain't having no dialogue outside of that because in between that, God is going to save you. Pray to God as you drive by. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but look at it like this, right? Even in the richest parts of the world, because the richest parts of the world are atheists, right? I'm not saying atheists. They have the highest percentage of atheists. You know that, right? Some of the richest countries on the planet have the highest percentage of atheists. Did you know that?
No, I did not know.
The poorest countries are the ones that have the highest percentage of Christian-based religion, Islamic-based religion, so on and so forth. So definitely these places that have more money, they don't look at And a lot of these places are in Europe. You can look it up.
But my point is, their dialogue about extraterrestrial will be totally different than another dialogue with someone that's
I would say so.
in America or even Africa for that matter.
I would say so. I mean, you know what? I would say that I would agree, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't know if white people talking about extraterrestrials like that. Well, like when you talk about, like, look, let's talk about the militant guys down in the South. Them guys talking about Jesus Christ.
Well, you know, just like the guy.
And I'm thinking they the majority. Hold on. Let me just finish. I'm thinking they the majority. Them guys in the South that's on that militant, you know, them type of people that killed Ahmaud Arbery. Right? I'm thinking they the majority. They not the minority.
Well, I'm saying just like the guy that we sat down.
Just
like the guy that we sat down with. Right. He hangs around with those type of people. He's an African brother. Sean. You know what I mean? African American brother. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
He was talking about the Yeti. He was talking about the Sasquatch.
Okay,
I'm saying that's a level of intellect.
Got you.
And that level of intellect, that same dude, you go into his neighborhood and try to have that same conversation is going to be different. Whereas this guy right here, he's an exception because he actually, you know, did the research and.
Okay, so look, this is what I will agree to. I will agree that more Europeans hear about different types of extraterrestrials. I will agree to that. They hear about more stories of stuff like Sasquatch and Bigfoot. But what I will also say is, what I don't agree to is that there's a higher percentage of them that actually believe it exists.
That's fine. How about this?
You know what I'm saying?
But that's fine.
Now what I'm gonna say is, I believe there's a higher percentage of Africans in America that actually believe that extraterrestrials exist.
Hey, that's fine. But how about this? It's all
we
about
need to do a poll or something.
Listen, it's about to come out. It's
definitely about to come out.
It's in a matter of, I want to say,
that was the conversation.
Months.
That was the point.
I agree.
Right.
But, you know,
between now and the next 2 years.
I agree. Trump has just unveiled a space force. Okay. Called the United States Space Force.
Right.
It just got unveiled, I guess, between yesterday and the day before yesterday. They got a flag for it, and the flag, right, is the same symbol from Star Trek. Crazy. I just thought that, you know, that complimented the conversation.
What? I need to see that.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? So, like, what is it called?
Yeah, I mean, that's a fact. I mean, I heard about that too. So yeah, but again, okay, well, we good. The point stands is that I don't believe that the average white person believes in extraterrestrials. I believe the average white person is either believes in God or is an atheist. I think they'd be atheists before they say, yeah, I believe in these extraterrestrials, so on and so forth.
That's what's up. Hey, yo, shouts out to Eritrea. Eritrea is over there by Ethiopia,
right next to
right? And that's a neighboring country. Eritrea has officially declared itself virus-free.
Wow.
They had 39 patients.
Wow.
All 39 patients is clear of COVID-19. Wow. No deaths, zero death discharge. That was dope. And then, you know, but I was looking to see if there was utilizing a vaccine. They said that they were utilizing a treatment. So it just brought me to think that they probably was dealing, you know, instead of farmer, they were utilizing the natural herbal remedies.
They were?
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Because I was reading as I was reading the story, it did not say vaccine. It did not say anything like, you know, it didn't say anything about modern medicine.
Right.
You know what I mean? But they wanted to successfully say that they had zero deaths. The whole 39 people that got sick, they out of the hospital.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I also want to say shouts out to Jay-Z for being number one